Hello everybody, welcome back to the Scentatar Fragrance channel. It's so good to be back here today. If you're new to my channel, we review fragrances, colognes, perfumes, all things scent related here at the Scentatar Fragrance channel. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. It's a real pleasure to have you. So let's talk about Aventure Blanche by the House of Al Haramain. This is a really good offering. This house is a clone house for the most part. Let's talk about the smell and the composition, of course, the projection, longevity, the complement factor, and the price in that order, short and sweet like we like to do here. So first off, this is a neroli dominated fragrance. You're getting a lot of that soapy floral neroli. You're going to notice that this fragrance is a little bit different than Silver Mountain Water. There's more citrus off the top. Now this definitely is not a citrus fragrance, but it helps this fragrance feel a little bit lighter, a little bit more approachable, because this right here doesn't have as much black currant, or really doesn't have any of that black currant, which is kind of a jammy blackberry kind of note. And so this fragrance is different in that regard as well. As it dries down, I feel especially that there's less of that inky note. So if you really didn't like that kind of dark, sharp, almost woody kind of smell that Silver Mountain Water had, this fragrance definitely has less of that going on. So that could be a very good thing for you. I do feel like this fragrance does turn out to be a little bit more musky. It smells perhaps a little bit more, perhaps old-fashioned, in an interesting, odd way. Because of that neroli that's very clean, and then that musk coming through, this fragrance could smell perhaps stuffy to some. Even though I really do love Silver Mountain Water, and I do really recommend it for the spring, it is a divisive fragrance. It is a polarizing fragrance for a lot of people. And I'm saying that because a lot of you might love this fragrance, and a lot of you might just not dislike it. Just like a lot of fragrances like Gucci Absolute out there, this one is going to have its fans and it's going to have its haters. But I definitely wanted to bring it here today because this is a clone, so it can definitely save you money and help you with your pocketbook, and the performance is solid. But let's get to that performance. Overall, this is a 6 or 7 hour fragrance, which is not bad. That makes it actually more versatile, because if you get a fragrance that performs 8 hours, especially more, a lot of the times the projection is very strong, and you're going to even be offensive to people who are close to you, especially if you're indoors. So performance is just right. The projection is definitely strong and noticeable. It's not beast mode, but it's definitely very good. The sillage, at least in my experience, wasn't the strongest, but the projection's there. So that's interesting for sure. Complement factor wise, again, this is a polarizing fragrance. You get kind of a musky, soapy floral fragrance that leans a little bit more masculine, but a confident lady I think could pull this off. I don't know if there's a lady out there who would like to, but you could try it out if you'd like. Overall, I don't think that this is a big compliment beast. I do think that it can get you the right amount of, perhaps not being attractive, but the right amount of personality or strength behind your character if you're in a certain situation. So again, I think that this is a fragrance, if you like Guerlain's vetiver, or strong masculine vetiver fragrances. This fragrance isn't a vetiver fragrance and doesn't smell anything like those, like great vetiver. But if you're wanting something that leaves you with you're going to give a strong impression. You're going to smell very confident, very masculine, perhaps a very serious person wearing this fragrance. If that's something you're looking for, but you still want to be clean, perhaps a little bit fresh, this is a great fragrance. So if I'm saying that I think that this fits perhaps an older demographic overall, or perhaps a very serious individual. So again, I think this fragrance, you have to be 25, maybe 30 plus. And I do feel like this fragrance is pretty good for the money. It's going to be about $30, maybe $35 on the gray market, and of course full retail is about closer to $80. If I was to give this a rating, it's really hard because I really do love Silver Mountain Water. I do have to say that I don't think that clone houses a lot of the times can do better than the original. Sometimes they created their own creation that's better in its own way, but the original is still the original. In this case, I think that the original definitely still the original. This fragrance is definitely good for the money. It's about a tenth of the price, so $35 compared to $350, $300. That's a lot of money to save, and you're getting like 90% there. So this fragrance, I think overall has to get a 5 out of 10. And in my books, that's an average fragrance. That's not a bad fragrance. That's because this fragrance doesn't smell as good as the original, and it's not a compliment monster. But I do think the quality is here. It does smell pretty good. If you smell it up close, it's not the most natural. But I do like this character DNA. I feel like it's very interesting. I do feel like it's something in the fragrance world that's unique. Definitely, if you like this, you're just going to love Silver Mountain Water. And if you're able to pony up the money, again, it's up to you to decide if it's really worth that extra amount. That's a lot of money you can save with a fragrance like this. But I think the original Silver Mountain Water just smells better. Overall, if this sounds interesting to you, check it out. I do have to say there's a lot of clones of Silver Mountain Water. I didn't know about that at first. It must be more popular than I ever thought it was. So again, there's a lot of people out there searching for Silver Mountain Water clones. This is definitely one that you could check out. So let me know what you think about this fragrance, how it sounded. It's definitely not going to be for everybody, but let me know how I'm doing in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your scent of the day. So let's get that started. Of course, we got to say it. Wear what you love, and I'll see y'all next time. This has been the Scentitar Fragrance Channel, and y'all have a good one. I'll see you. Bye.